Hello, everybody, and welcome in for another episode of Beyond the Arms, brought to you by the great people at Knoxville Smiles. Coming up tonight on the show, we have Tennessee defensive lineman Nathan Robinson. Nathan, you finally have made it to the field. I feel like you were. We joked about wrapping you in bubble wrap, and we'll talk more about that coming up. But I mean, you've really stepped in nicely this year. Had a really solid year to this point. What's been the breakthrough for you?
I remember it vividly. It was it was that Syracuse game, and Jackson had just gone down, and I knew I was going to play that game, but then it was play 2 or 3. It's like, hey, Nathan, you're up already, and I'm like, whoa, okay. And so it was, the first play was a false start, so they redid the play. It's 3rd down, I believe, and we ran a game, and it was Josh. Josh got good penetration in the B gap. And then that's when I just swept around for contain and was able to get a good QB hit. And I just remember getting up and I saw Caleb Herring pointing at me from the sideline, and I pointed back, and that's when I really felt it click. And I had a similar instance in high school where I just remember where it just clicked. And so that was the moment where I was like, okay, this is just the game you've been playing since you were however old it was, 7. Just don't make it any more than it is.
Did you smile? I mean, like, it was one of those things where, like, you're like, okay.
Yep. I saw Caleb, big grin on the sideline, just pointing at me, and I pointed back with a big smile. Turn around, Dom, Eason, Josh are all hyping me up right there at the line of scrimmage and then we turn off to go because it's 4th down, punt return's coming out, and then I just get swarmed by the guys, and they're all jumping around, hyping me up and stuff. So it was a great moment.
Where's your game grown the most?
Probably simple stuff like get off and hand placement, and just being really intentional about those first 2 steps off the ball is something I struggled with when I first got here. And it's nowhere where it needs to be, but just that initial get off and going to change the line of scrimmage, as Coach G would say. I feel like it's taking steps.
In high school, you were kind of playing like that outside linebacker role, standing up. All of a sudden, you're a number 94, and you're an interior defensive lineman. How did we get here?
That's a great question. I remember it was when Coach Golish was still with this staff, and he took a visit, and I knew that Coach G was recruiting me. I'm playing D-line, so I put on a bunch of weight before my senior year. Got up to 270 after playing my junior year at 245.
Still wearing number 19?
Still not wearing number 19, yep.
Did that jersey fit by then?
Barely. Barely. But and then Coach Golish came and took a visit to my high school, and they pulled me out of class, and he saw me, and he was like, whoa, who's this guy? And so I was like, oh, gosh, I'm going to have to put on more weight after this. So that's when I was like, oh gosh, this is going to be defensive tackle, not even defensive end.
And you go from 19 to 94. That's a drastic change for the kids that like the cool numbers.
That's just how it shook out. I don't know. I think I tried to change it this year. I don't even remember what it was to, but obviously Josh is 19, so I'll have to wait till next season for that, which I will be going back to, hopefully 19. But yeah, it just 94 what I ended up with. So these first few years, just rolling with it.
How have you grown as a man?
That's a great question. I moved into my apartment last January, and I knew I wanted to become more of a creature of habit. And so just really focusing on just each and every day is the same tasks, doing little stuff. I never made my bed. That was not a big deal to my parents that I made my bed unless they told me to clean my room. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start making my bed. And so that was just a small thing. And then it turned into, all right, I want to grow in my faith. And I read my Bible twice a week. I need to grow there. I need to be more intentional with my prayer. And so just taking steps and making that reading a daily thing, and just trying to make my walk with God just more aware to me, and just being really focused on that throughout my day. And it's still something I'm growing in and trying to figure out. And but yeah, really just carving out time to build habits that are positive habits, and that can make me just, again, be a creature of habit.
So if we strolled over there to the apartment and opened the door, is it pretty clean?
It's clean. I have OCD, so my bed was never an issue with my OCD, but everything's organized. And then I started making my bed, and I haven't missed a day since I said I was going to do that.
When your parents come by, do they ever go, "Whoa, what is this?"
They knew I was a neat freak. So I mean, my bedroom when I was still living at home was always neat, organized, and that just kind of carried over.
You like to cook?
I can cook one thing, and it's because they put it on the beef stroganoff box. That's all I can cook.
So that's something you cook. So what, you
Something
eat at Smokies a lot, or you eat where else you eat?
Smokies, Brens. I eat tons of Brens. Chick-fil-A, just whatever's on the little red card thing. So Chick-fil-A, Qdoba down the street from here, Moe's, stuff like that.
Now, is there one particular type of food you try to lean towards?
I really mix it up. There are some days where I will have eaten Smokies and they mixing it up every day. So I'm like, it happened Sunday, I believe. I was looking at DoorDash and I'm like, I've had all of this stuff in the past week. I don't know what I want to eat. So I don't even remember what I settled on. But yeah, it's nothing in particular. Just
when you look back at your growth, what are you most proud of besides making the bed?
definitely my faith, how I've grown in that. Just being hyper focused on it. Trying to be a man of God each and every day, and in my interactions, try and translate that to my relationships. Like I talked about, how other ways I'm trying to grow. Just being big on relationships. I want people to. I was praying about it last night. I want people to see my faith, just whether they look at me or hear me talk, or just in their interactions.
All right, when we come back, we're going to talk to him about the first couple of years on campus, where he probably needed to be wrapped in bubble wrap. Missed a lot of time with some weird injuries. We'll kind of play, the old operation game with Nathan Robinson when we come back on Beyond the Orange.
Matlock Tire Service and Auto Repair is proud to be celebrating 70 years of serving East Tennessee. That's 70 years of old school customer service, trustworthy auto repair, and of course, great deals on tires. Each one of our 5 convenient East Tennessee locations feature family-friendly waiting areas, and you can schedule appointments and search for tires right on our website at matlocktireservice.com. Modern convenience, hometown values. For 70 years and counting, Matlock Tire Service and Auto Repair.
A beacon of hope in a world of high prices. Look to the skies, Knoxville. Super savings is here. Right now, get 0% APR, 0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days on select models, plus 25,000 miles of complimentary maintenance during our Super Summer Sales event.
And don't forget about back-to-school service savings on mobile, pickup, and delivery.
Come see the Super Dealer today at either Ted Russell Ford location.
What's the #1 home improvement project you could do for your house? Install an Aqua Clear water system. If you see one of our blue and green trucks coming down the road, we're on our way to help another Tennessee family get better water. You owe it to yourself and your family to find out why 18,000 Tennessee homeowners have made the switch to Aqua Clear water systems. For your free water test and estimate, scan the QR code on the screen. We'll change your water. It'll change your life.
Hi, I'm Matt Marshall with Exterior Home Solutions.
Hi, I'm Dustin Woodson, also with Exterior Home Solutions.
We are now easier than ever to find, right off of I-75 and Merchants Road.
It's a new location, but the same trusted expertise in roofing and siding that you've come to trust over the past 25 years.
Local quality craftsmanship, licensed and insured.
For the best and most trusted name in roofing and siding, scan the QR code on your screen.
Exterior Home Solutions, when it has to be the best.
Beyond the Orange is brought to you by the great people at Knoxville Smiles. What makes you smile, Nathan Robbins?
My family and friends, just being around them, spending time with them.
A lot of your friends at home, back home, or friends here. Like sometimes you just kind of grow away from the high school friends because you're up here. Are you able to kind of intermingle the two?
Yeah, I need to do a better job about my high school friends. They brought it to my attention, just the last few times I've been home, it hadn't matched out with
They
when they're
called you
home.
out.
They did, but I do need to be better there. I've been leaning on my Knoxville friends more recently. I still love my friends back home deeply, but yeah, it's just stars haven't aligned for us to hang out. I think the last time I've seen them all as a group was in May, which, I mean, I hadn't been home much since then, but I definitely need to be.
Well, football, it takes a lot of your time. Speaking of football, your first couple of years here, I felt like there was always this injury and that injury, and even back to the fall camp this year, you end up, with the hand injury, and you got the club on out there against Syracuse. How frustrating was that? And kind of take everybody through, like, what all have you had done?
Oh my goodness. So it started out sophomore year, postseason of high school, doing heavy 1 rep max hang cleans or power cleans, broke this wrist, had no idea, played all of junior year with it broken. That was a lot of pain. And then went to the doctor to get it checked out. Tiny little bone in my wrist that gets apparently no blood flow, so it's extremely hard to heal. That had broke. So I got the surgery. I probably rushed my recovery.
Stunned.
Yeah. But so I play senior year. It's still giving me crap, not as much. Just put some wrist rockets and some tape on it. It held up decently. And then I get to campus, and so they do all their scans and stuff of prior injuries, and so the wrist was still broken. Do that in the spring. So no spring ball my first year. Fall camp, get through 10 practices. My left shoulder is giving me crap. And so they look at that and torn labrum. And then it came back to me that the moment that started hurting was also in high school, senior year. So I think I connected that back to then as well. And then, so got that surgery in that fall, made it through all last year with nothing. And then spring this year, second or third day, just swinging club rip, swinging my arm through, smack my thumb on William Satterwhite's kneecap. So do that surgery, miss pretty much all of spring there, fall camp this time, make it through 4 practices, do the same exact thing on the same exact play, clubbing, ripping through a gap, and this time it was Sam Pendleton's knee. May have been Satterwhite's knee on that one too, but yeah, it was same exact play, same everything. Miss most of fall camp, just trying to manage it, cast it up, and we're rolling.
How frustrating was all that?
Very. Just freshman year was rough. It was. I don't like to say I was depressed, because I feel like it definitely could have been worse. But it was a rough time dealing with that. Just being away from home for the first time, and then the injuries. So it was rough experience. But then just as I went through that, I learned from it, and then spring happened for the thumb this past spring, and I just changed my approach. I figured, or I know I needed to try and get better, and that couldn't be directly in physically football, but I could get better mentally with football, just what I could do in lifts, stuff like that. And so that definitely helped this past spring. Just changed my mindset about the whole thing, being intentional with my teammates and how they're getting better when I'm out there watching practice. And then same thing in fall camp, just going through all that again. A little more stressful because season's right around the corner. I'm trying to get better. But yeah, freshman year was rough.
What was the biggest lesson you learned through all that? Like, what were you able to learn when you're sitting there having to miss time or go through rehab, be in the training room all the time? What did you take away from all that time?
Well, in freshman year, I mean, just looking back at it after the thumb in the spring, I mean, I was really just a waste of space. I was just there, just kind of existing, not really being a contributor, which I think that was the main thing that really killed me, was just not being able to contribute in any fashion. And so that's where it kind of clicked for me in the spring this year, is just find ways to contribute, find ways to be there for your team.
What was the most painful of the injuries?
Probably recency bias. I'll say my thumb, but surgery, my shoulder, the anesthesiologist said the whatever would wear off 24 hours. So that first night I didn't take my painkillers.
Yeah.
It hit me that night after about 12 hours, middle of the night, sleeping. That was rough.
How quickly did the painkillers hit to effect? Probably
Not
a couple
quick
hours.
enough.
Not quick enough.
No.
I understand that. To be able to overcome all that and to be playing the way you're playing right now and be a part of a defensive line room that, we'll lose some guys at the end of the year and that you'll be looked to step up even more. How much are you enjoying this group?
It's been a blast. I remember when Eason announced that he was coming back, I texted him like, let's go, dude. This is awesome. I'm excited. And he was apologizing. He's like, oh, Nate, I'm sorry. I mean, this was supposed to be your time. Da, da, da. I'm like, dude, you being here is going to help me way more than you not being here. I'm really excited, and I'm glad I get to spend another year with you. Same thing with Dom. They've been great. They've been super helpful, and how I've taken steps. So I mean, after this year, it's definitely gonna be different. I mean, Jackson came in last year, and he was he's been a fantastic teammate. He's one of my closest friends here, and so it's definitely gonna be different. But we got some young guys in there that are taking steps, and I know they're gonna step up.
All right, when we come back, we'll talk about his family and so much more right here on Beyond the Orange.
Brought to you by Food City. It's the Ask Coach Heupel Show.
Hello, and welcome to Ask Coach Heupel. I'm your host, Josh Heupel. Mandy asks, what stands out to you about Tennessee when you compare it to the other places you lived? Great question, Mandy. Right off the bat, I can tell you those other places don't have a food city. In-house butchers, local produce, it's enough to make you evolve for life. This has been Ask Coach Heupel. With me, Coach Heupel.
And backyard meatballs.
Attention drives connection. Tell your story well. GoPopFizz.com/fall.
Knoxville Smiles depend on us to make your smile better. Knoxville Smiles, are you happy with your smile today? Knoxville Smiles, we're all about smiles.
Hey Lance, what makes you smile?
Pancake blocks.
The Volunteer Club is your all-access pass to the heartbeat of Tennessee athletics. Ride the orange wave to private events, limited edition merchandise, gifts, and more featuring your favorite UT athletes. Fuel the tradition, celebrate the wins, and stand shoulder to shoulder with the Volunteer family. The Volunteer Club is the home of the most passionate volume fans. Join us today.
I was coming home and a lady hit me head on. It totaled my car, it fractured my right heel, and it bruised me up really badly. The Garza Law Firm, they were very compassionate, but yet they were very detailed. They didn't let me down. They never stopped fighting. It helped me regain confidence in law firms. I would definitely recommend the Garza Law Firm.
The Garza Law Firm.
Everybody ready?
Attention drives connection. Tell your story well. GoPopFizz.com/fall.
One of our proud presenting sponsors of Beyond the Orange is Garza Law. Their motto, let us help. Who has helped you out the most along the way?
I'll say Jackson. Just not from strictly football. Just he's been a great friend. And then obviously football. I mean, you learn a lot from him. He's an incredible player, and just being able to take the field with him now and again be a contributor. It's just been a lot of fun, especially since he's back from his injury doing his thing again. So Jackson's he's been a great friend, great teammate.
I will say this. Dating back to the recruiting process, I thought one of the more interesting things that I learned about you from when you were in high school was your dad was a Marine, your dad was a pallbearer and Ronald Reagan's funeral. Mm-hmm. I mean, first off, I'm a kid of the 80s, so Ronald Reagan was the moon when I was a kid, right? And I just think that's super neat. It is strike me odd that it took you till you were 20 years old to start making your bed when your dad was a Marine. But like, what was that like growing up? Because I know you all were super close.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just seeing the man he it's done so much for me. I mean, it's cliche that your dad's your hero, but
Sure.
I mean, it's absolutely 100% true. I love him to death, and just every time I see him, I love that dude. And so just seeing the kind of man he is, how he goes about his business, how he treats my mom, and my siblings, and just how he's a great husband, great father. And it's just the kind of person I want to be. And I've said it recently. I said, if I can be a fraction of the man my dad is, then I know I'll be okay. Because he truly is. He's the man. Like, that's how I feel about it.
You ever? I mean, when you were a kid, how much did you see him in uniform?
Not much. My only memory of he may not have even been in his uniform. I just remember when he came home in 2009. It was Christmas Eve, and we were in an apartment at the time.
Did he surprise you? So one of those deals?
I knew he was coming, but man, I was just so pumped about it. Me and my mom were making some Christmas food. I don't know, haystacks or something. And so I'm standing up in a chair. It's our kitchen sink and then a window out to the parking spots. And I'm just standing in that chair.
And you were
just
like 5 or 6?
Waiting. 4, I think.
4.
Yeah. And then he comes rolling in the apartment. And I'm pretty sure, I don't remember this part, but they told me this. Apparently I was kind of shocked when he first came in because I didn't recognize him because I was only 4. He had been gone. And then it like kind of clicked after a second, and then just ran up to him. But that's the only memory I have of him, that he may have been in uniform. I don't know.
Did you ever dress up as him for Halloween or anything like that?
No. I didn't do that. He did have his forest camo cap with the Robinson patch somewhere on it, and I would wear that around just out because I thought it was cool.
Most people remember when we had Big Omari Thomas out on what used to be called Vol Club Confidential, which is now Beyond the Orange. I joked with him. I would always call him the best offensive lineman on the team, which is what Nathan now gets that title. There for a while when you weren't playing defensive line, he would walk through the complex and I would do kick steps and, stuff like that an offensive lineman would do. And he was so mad. I still maintain you'd be a heck of an offensive lineman. But I mean, like, to get your shot now, and to do it in Coach G's room, who's so demanding, like, what's that been like to play for him?
Well, I mean, going back to talk about my dad, I mean, that's
similar.
Yeah, my dad and Coach G, how they go about things is very similar. So, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I just got along so well with Coach G and just really enjoyed just seeing him. Just when we talk in recruiting, it's just because I knew the type of coach he was. So I knew that wouldn't have been a big shock to me. So that I really was able to flow into that. I know it's not personal when he's getting on to you. And so that my feelings aren't going to get hurt.
Best advice he's given you, best advice your dad's given you, and how similar is it?
Oh my gosh. Best advice Coach G's given me. I don't even know. I don't know, because most of the things I hear from Coach G, it's pretty much the same thing. It's about football. It's just he always compares frame wise and size wise to Richard Seymour. Obviously not play wise. Just the struggle with pad level and stuff like that. So I mean, just I don't know about life advice, but something my dad. It's not like he doesn't word it, but just how much he stressed being an honorable man. To me, he doesn't say you need to be honorable, right? But I mean, just how he's
carries himself.
Yeah, right. And just how foolish decisions I'd make, and he just talked to me about it, and then that was the theme, is just be honorable.
When you were a kid, or even as a teenager, and you make a mistake, was he the guy you go to Like, was he stern with you? Was he like understanding? Like, hey, we all have been there. Like, what was that part like?
It was stern at first, and then just more of the comfort side of just, hey, I mean, I'm your dad, so like I got to punish you, that type of thing. You shouldn't have done that, but I mean, you're gonna fix it. And so I one thing he used to say when I don't know, when I would lie about something, I don't know, he would point out that that's a little chink in your armor. And so, I mean, I don't know, 10 years old at the time. That's it. That was it. I was 10 years old or so when he came up to my bedroom after he banished me up there for a little bit. And he was like, just lying is just a little chink in your armor. And if you get it fixed now, then it's not going to affect you. So just stuff like that.
And it stuck with you.
It did.
How often do you think about chinks in the armor?
It comes up frequently. I mean, I'm by no means perfect, and I make mistakes. And if I can catch it before it turns into an issue, then it's not going to be a big. G says the same. There you go. There's some G advice. He said it's football, but it also applies to life. He fix the little stuff before it becomes big stuff. And I mean, he'll also say it's not the big stuff that'll kill you; it's the little stuff. So,
see. Jogged his memory. We got right back to where we needed to be. We'll talk about that, and we'll do a Food City flashback when we return on Beyond the Orange.
A beacon of hope in a world of high prices. Look to the skies, Knoxville. Super savings is here. Right now, get 0% APR, 0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days on select models, plus 25,000 miles of complimentary maintenance during our Super Summer Sales event.
And don't forget about back-to-school service savings on mobile, pickup, and delivery.
Come see the super dealer today at either Ted Russell Ford location.
To pay for stuff, spending. I do not know. Babe, candy. Spend me. Use me to buy stuff.
It's never too early to learn more about personal finance. At Hearthside Bank, we work closely with our community to help meet your goals and achieve your financial dreams. Hearthside Bank, always within reach. Member FDIC.
I had a stroke, did a year and a half in therapy, and got to the point where I have maxed out at my reading level and physical abilities. So I had to quit my job. When I got the letter from Social Security, they were denying me of Social Security benefits. That's when I went to the Garza Law Firm and took them on as my attorneys to get it done for me. What I loved the most about the Garza Law Firm was their integrity and just their knowledge of the laws, always calling to check on me. Come see the Garza Law Firm and let them get it done for you.
The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
Brought to you by Food City. It's the Ask Coach Heupel Show.
Hello, and welcome to Ask Coach Heupel. I'm your host, Josh Heupel. Jim asks, Coach Heupel, got any tailgating tips? Boy, do I. Jim, did you know Food City's gourmet burgers are handmade in-store by a certified butcher? Saturday's almost here. Are you game day ready? This has been Ask Coach Heupel. With me, Coach Heupel.
Welcome back to Beyond the Orange. This week's Food City Flashback takes us back to another number 94, Wes Brown. His final play of his career at Neyland Stadium, interception for a touchdown, an unbelievable Herculean effort on Senior Day for number 94. Back with this 94. Oh man, can you believe we're halfway through your college career?
Man, it is crazy. It feels like it's been a long time, but at the same time, it's been a blink of an eye. It really is crazy, and just kind of seeing it grow exponentially from where it was to start, and then it's just kind of shot up here recently. Just not being held back by injuries, not being in a bottomless room of great defensive linemen as we were last year. Just how it's just shot up, and hopefully that carries for another 2 years after this.
Well, Nathan Robinson, we appreciate the time. We appreciate you coming out and going Beyond the Orange with us, and good luck the rest of the way, okay?
Appreciate it.